Welcome to this week's episode of the African Agri Overview. In this episode, our spotlight is on Tanzania, where Jacques will delve into the factors contributing to the continued positive outlook for maize production. So make sure to stay tuned for this comprehensive exploration of Tanzania's maize production landscape. Hello, Dr. Johnny van der Merwe here, and a warm welcome to another episode of the African Agri Overview. Thanks to the support of Zimmatic irrigation systems. Zimmatic's pivot and lateral move systems are truly cutting-edge, combining top-notch components, exclusive designs, and innovative features for a reliable, long-lasting agri solution. Before we dive into the economic roundup, however, I recommend reaching out to our expert market analyst, Jacques for detailed insights into the African soft commodity markets. He's your go-to guy for the inside scoop. Now, let's shift gears and take a look at what's been unfolding in the economy this week. Starting with our usual oil price check, Brent oil prices surged to $82 per barrel over the past week. The Red Sea tensions and Russia's production dip due to the Ukraine conflict are major players in this uptick. On a positive note, however, there is a glimmer of hope with potential increased demand from the United States and China later in the year, thanks to some better than expected economic activity. But with that said, Jacques will now dive into more detail on the grain markets in Africa.
Thanks, Johnny, and welcome to our viewers. In this week's podcast, we revisit the Tanzania maize market. As indicated before, Tanzania, Zambia, and South Africa are the usual main suppliers in Central East and Southern Africa. General view, Tanzania produced an above normal sized crop during 2023, and given current planting and growing conditions, the 2024 crop could be even bigger. Note, all numbers used in our graphs are our best estimates, given information at our disposal, and should be seen as such. As indicated before, there are very little statistics available on Tanzanian crops. Let's recap the two annual maize crops Tanzania produces. The short-range crop plants October and harvests March to April and normally yields about 15% of annual supply. The long-range crop, the main crop, plants February-March and harvests July to September and normally yields around 85% of annual supply. A Bank of Tanzania report for December indicated healthy government/FRA grain stocks. The FRA bought maize last year from July to September during the harvest campaign, which is the usual pattern. However, since December, they have resumed buying at elevated prices. The FRA buying this time of year in rural areas at a relatively high price, while their stock levels are healthy, probably an effort to support prices for farmers still sitting on stock they are struggling to sell. Probably an indication last year's crop was bigger than previously thought. This graph illustrates our Tanzania annual maize balance sheet estimate since 2020 and in particular our 2023-24 forecast. Before we continue, it is important to note we see a normal Tanzania annual maize crop at around 6 million tons and normal consumption around 5.5 million tons. Back to our 2023-24 forecast, running from around June 2023 to May 2024. We have increased our production estimate by 300,000 tons to 6.5 million tons. We stick to our high export number of 900,000 tons. From June to September 2023, Tanzania supplied the majority of the Kenyan need. Although Rwanda is a small market, they relied on Tanzanian supply from August to December last year. The DRC and Burundi also importing from Tanzania, and Malawi has been importing the last few months. By March-April, it is expected Kenya will become dependent on Tanzania imports once again until September-October, when their next long-range crop should start harvesting. We expect ending stocks of around 300,000 tons for the 2023-24 year. It is too early to make a prediction on the 2024-25 marketing year. However, growing conditions for the short-range crop to harvest March-April was favorable. The long-range crop planting season to harvest from June-July has only started, but conditions exceptionally favorable. If normal weather conditions continue for the next 3 to 4 months, a crop bigger than last year's above average crop is possible. Take note, an El Nino weather pattern still expected until at least mid-2024. El Nino usually brings normal to above normal rainfall in Tanzania. The next graph illustrates the Tanzanian maize price history. Prices declined significantly since March 2023 from record high levels at around $500 a ton to the current $285 a ton. See the blue circle. Tanzania moving from a deficit year, a net import of maize, to a surplus year, the main reason for the price decline. So, where are prices heading short term? Expectations the anticipated export campaign to Kenya, projected to commence late March, should bring some price support, or rather call it limit the downside. Although the Kenya export campaign is suspected to continue until September, once the new long-range Tanzania crop starts harvesting, June-July prices could come under pressure. So, to summarize the outlook, sideways short-term, but potentially lower medium-term. Next week, we will look at the Zimbabwe maize market. We have picked up concerns. The new crop could be significantly smaller than last year. Remember, quality information improves decision-making. Contact us for more detailed, tailored information.
A big thanks to Jacques for shedding light on these critical insights. Huge shout out to our sponsor Zimmatic Irrigation Systems for making these videos possible. If you're hungry for more in-depth details and comprehensive reports on sub-Saharan African soft commodity markets, definitely connect with Jacques. I'm Dr. Johnny van der Merwe, and thank you for watching.